So in this short video we're going to be looking at this line highlighted here. We're going to be looking at a cos x plus b sin x equals r cos x minus alpha. So we want to be able to rewrite the left hand side in the form of the right hand side. So for that we're going to start off looking at this red equation here. Cosine of a plus or minus b is equivalent to cos a cos b minus plus sin a sin b. Now we of course want cosine of x minus alpha, not cosine of a plus b. So we can use the red line above to rewrite our equation like so. And then if the next line we multiply by r, we can shortly see how we can have r cos x minus alpha in terms of r cos alpha cos x plus r sin alpha sin x. What we're really saying here, of course, is that we can write r cos x minus alpha as so many cosine x's plus so many sin x. In other words, a cos x plus b sin x. So we have now this relationship between a and b and r. So a is r cos alpha and b is r sin alpha. If we square them and add them, we can work through this notation here using, of course, the fact that cos squared alpha plus sin squared alpha is equal to 1 to get to this very important relationship in terms of r, a and b. Next, if a equals r cos alpha and b equals r sin alpha, then we can say the following. We can say cos alpha is just a over r and sin alpha is just b over r. And from there we can work out tan alpha to be b over a, as you can see in this line here. So alpha is equal to the inverse tan of b over a. So we had this relationship between AB and R, and now we have the relationship between AB and alpha. So we should have everything we need to be able to rewrite. Let's go back to the top of the page. A cos x plus b sin x as r cos x minus alpha. We have to be a little bit careful when we come to work out the inverse tan in some scenarios, but we'll look at that in a moment, and we're going to go through 2 or 3 examples. So let's perhaps have a look very quickly look at one example. Rewrite the following expression in the form r cos x minus alpha. And the expression is this: 5 cos x plus 12 sin x. So a is 5 and b is 12. So r is simply going to be root of 5 squared plus 12 squared, 13. Cosine of alpha, a over r, is 5 over 13, and sine of alpha is 12 over 13, which would lead tan of alpha to be 12 over 5. All of these will lead to a value of alpha to be 1.176 to 3 decimal places. So we can simply say we now have 5 cos x plus 12 sin x can be rewritten as 13 cos of x minus 1.176. So we found another way of writing it, and a very useful way of being able to think about that initial expression that we saw here. Okay, we'll do some more examples in the next video.